Il y a deux genres. Which shooter, c'est. Je vais tester autre chose parce que je viens de pogner comme une alpha d'un jeu. Je vais juste aller voir dans le jeu, c'est tout. Ouais, on va voir. Comment c'est ça?
Thank you for joining the Smite 2 Alpha. This
Et
is
c'est
true
comme, je
alpha.
vous entends même
We
pas.
know there are some bugs and a lot of work still to be done.
But we want you in there playing at this early stage and giving us your feedback so we can make sure that we're making the Smite 2 you want to play.
Scan the QR code to get more information about our alpha testing phase.
And see you on the Battleground of the Gods.
Option. What? Ok, c'était pour des avis. Connexion 10. Ok. Ouais, ça je vais. Et NVIDIA Reflex maintenant. Et ça c'est cave. La résolution il l'a pas comme ça. C'est parti perso.
Thank you for joining the Smite 2 Alpha. This is a true alpha. We know there
Ok,
are
c'est
some
tout
bugs
là.
and a lot of
Ils
work
vont parler à
still
chaque
to
fois
be done.
qu'on voit le
We
jeu,
want
tu
you
me
in there
suis?
playing at this early stage and giving us your feedback so we can make sure that we're making the Smite 2 you want to play.
Scan the QR code to get more information about our alpha testing phase.
And see you on the Battleground of the Gods.
Oh, c'était. Un maximum, hein. Je vois pourquoi la résolution est pas bonne résolution. C'est pas. Job's done. Update, lui. Allez. C'est un unstable, il est still unstable. Ok, t'es oui. Bon, assez comme du monde. Ma, 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 ma. Ma, 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 ma. So that's what you say. Ça va à peine d'avoir un tapis. Ça va à peine d'avoir tout. Ok, pointer, ça t'en laisse. C'est ça. Save share. Seigneur, man. De vouloir quelque chose ici. Et c'est parti. J'ai oublié ça. Je pense qu'il n'y a plus rien d'autre là ici. C'est de warship. Ah. Électrodynamique. Électrodynamique. La bridge. Le boss master, c'est quelque chose.
When you approach, Vigdis pulls away from fine
Ouais,
tuning
mais
another
mais
box and
t'es.
boss her head. Lord Captain. I live to serve. Lord Captain.
Ok, attends un peu. Je veux pas. Je les tout. Charlie, non. Autoplay. Une même, là, pour ça, tout copier, là. Voilà, mon. Factor, il est. Ok, je pourrais aller avec un sniper à moins place. Ah, j'ai-tu sniper? C'est là. Sniper rifle, c'est solide projecteur. Salut, c'est la même affaire. C'est quoi la différence entre solide projectile, carrément? Ça, fait ça, j'ai target and cover, target with high dodge. Ok, ça c'est bon pour les high dodge et les cover. Ça c'est autre. Ça c'est last pistol. Ça c'était bon. Le meilleur à celui-là, lui c'est sur 25. Elle a 15. À plus. Les normaux. Euh... ok, bon. Il y a le power mort, il y a lui, qui est 25, c'est light. C'est vraiment c'est ça. 14, je peux avoir la axe. Ça peut pas pour l'autre. Almost, c'est one N. Une shot, un peu trade. Il manque pas de gros, là. Et votre axe. Present button just a bit over, c'est worth it. Eh oh, ben. Les affaires, j'ai remboursé. Oh. Yes. Et où l'autre cloak? C'est ça, j'avais ramassé une cloak. Attends. Omniscient X. Oh boy. Celui-là est vraiment meilleur. Ok, Omniscient, il y a 35. Chris, celui-là est vraiment meilleur. Ok, lui c'est power. Ok, y a-tu quelque chose avec ça, lui? Plasma Profession Melta Profession Chi. Nope. Ça veut dire, je peux faire ce que je joue avec. Je vais lui mettre belle axe là. Cargo. Meilleure dentelle. Cargo. 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 Et mon son, il est-tu descendu, Carlis? Non. Pourquoi j'entends plus rien? Je sais que je vais monter un peu. Regarde. Bon. Le cœur majoriste, il est fait. Dinos. Dead Wall. Rien là. Ok, ça j'ai pas ben fait mon affaire ça là. Wall Bunker. Ah, Bunker c'est Command Center, ok. Alright, no.
You can gain the trust of vendors in the Coronis Expanse by providing them with cargo you find on your journeys. This will increase your reputation and expand vendors' stocks.
Ah, lui. Électrodynamite, Cénobium. T'as l'année de chercher le rite de Von Violence Dynasty. Là, Imperium. Oh, je sais pas. Et ça! Énervé. Ah, mon lore Imperium, il est bas.
What a shame.
As son of a great number, gender, Germanum is the of Uri. Ah, il l'a pas eu.
Intriguing.
C'est 100%.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
La grenade.
Embrace true power.
Ok, mon lore Imperium, il est bas.
I did it.
Plus utilise awareness. Where's the Senator Warden?
The world will bow. The world trembles beneath my feet.
Open the gate! Lecz mécanique. Which is they never had time to reach the weapon.
Guide my strikes true against the heretics who have encroached upon these halls. Let not one villain escape the God Emperor's retribution delivered by our hands.
Your hues are so vivid, Sister Argenta. The hatred that fuels your words and impulses burns like a supernova.
As it really to show what his face is not in pain as what of the ray.
The opportunity.
No one not there, but his face not on his terror.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro Priest you killed, where did you find it?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the Corpse Emperor!
Another one
Senor.
reached the limit of his utility. The last of them.
Oh, c'est un interrogateur.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A force sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest.
Interrogator von Kellogg's, I presume.
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs van Kellogg's of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
Saying, yeah, man. A puff of black smoke on the other side of one dissipate at once.
A psyker. Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
Kindy.
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the rogue trader's protection!
There is a member of my personality under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Road trader von Valencius.
Von Valancius. To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead, slain by the enemy of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of rogue trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
Went to the trust. What did you do to him?
I convinced him to cooperate. I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins.
Ils sont malades, des exciseurs. Fuck, j'avais oublié comment il était fou. To collect another order from Lord Accuser to offer my analysis, and you may okay after which, and to provide you safe passage to the fourth fall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You are addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions.
Huh.
Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted final dawn.
Uh-huh.
Blasphemous insanity.
Peut-être praise of flash and turn a bloody Charlotte. I stop him or summon to the system his air from under his robe. J'aime you with the joint force.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Football. Je peux-tu voir les quoi, Chris? C'est ça, c'est pas mon le navigator, j'ai envie d'enlever, c'est. T'es quoi, toi? Archetype, t'es un warrior. Ok. Elle, c'est pas. Elle, c'est un psyker un peu. Ça désintéressé. Prendre un rage. Break tool. Monter son indicateur. Armor of the Emperor. Cycle Majoris is Spur Shield of the Emperor. Cycle Majoris. Cycle Majoris, ok. Et là, Cycle Majoris, c'est pour le Minoris. Un talent. Et c'est plus haut level, ça, je peux pas l'avoir dessus. Lui, c'est un sorte de warrior différent. Le talent, Divinator. Ok, lui, c'est haut d'avoir draw. Shit. Il y a une Force Sword. Il y a ça, il y a un autre pistolet. Il est en médium. Il n'y a rien d'autre. Hein? Donner des grenades. Lui, il va te. Ouais. L'air, il est là. Lui, il tasse. Il devait. Derrière. Logique.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Ouh. Un chargé de staff. Oh, Lightning Out, Heroic Push. Et c'est bon ça. Intend un letter mort qui est médium. fait 30. 30 meilleur que ça. Symbol of the Omnishire.
The world will bow.
Ça dit qu'elle existe, ça. C'est plus. Ok, c'est juste bug. In the back. Vi får faire automatic force blasphemer. What the fuck, c'est des tech priest, ça? Ah, c'est des électro-priest. There we go.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Yes.
It will be done. At your beck and call. I took care of this one. Grey hair, sure hair.
Cleanses the body.
Seigneur, man.
Let's see to it.
C'est pas ben comme jeu, hein. Ça serait bon.
I need a foot. Pathetic. Naturally.
Bon. C'est fait.
I am a navigator.
Go. There we go. Ah. Il est mon bonhomme.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Ah man, je suis fucking collé, ça veut dire. Dash out.
Death shall reign.
Range. Ah, d'abord. Ok, je vais faire Intimidation. Expose. And beat leave.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. This is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without
It's my. There we go.
is a prayer.
Je sais pas pourquoi les techniques m'ont attaqué. It's supposed to be nearby. Is a response to special command that you do not know. D'abord.
I tread a path unexplored. There is a fervor in my soul. Your struggle
Oh man.
vain.
Surrender to the dark powers!
I've been on bullshit. Mauvais moment, man.
Out of my way!
Ah, je suis en train de crever.
The will of chaos.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Intimidation.
How dare you strike at the Emperor's faithful?
Et il était pas vrai, bon.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Ah!
I don't know what to do.
Chaos guides me.
Je me fais one shot quasiment. Fuck!
Let's see to it. I won't object to it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'd rather not. Indeed. One fewer target.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Ah non, je reste mort. Ok, je reste mort, ça vaut même pas la peine que j'avance.
Tried and tested tactics are the best.
Death to the weak.
Reloader, was ja.
Embrace true power. Powers unseen uncover my path.
Ah, là, je le vois lui.
My aspirations transcend humanity. I will triumph.
Hein? C'est moi là qui viens de...
Make a suitable sacrifice.
Oh, moi-même. En tel, c'est. Je vais le mettre le plus loin possible. Ça veut dire ici, c'est quand même safe. Ici, ça est tout ici. Ça veut dire que c'est trop dangereux. Oh.
Death to non-believers.
Attaque-le. T'as fait un dégât. Ok, man.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
I am your doom.
Out of my way.
Moi, c'est les gunners que je vise.
quarters for the week.
Bon. Et dans mon cover. Entrange.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Bon. Popo. Correct. World of the Emperor.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Let's see to it.
If I may. Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Arrêtez de bruit. C'est tout un fighter normal. Moi, c'est le gunner les plus importants. Là, c'est run and gun.
Purpose guides me. Satisfying demise. I need no guidance. I'll reign.
There we go.
Ruin beckons.
Ouais, et là, je skip.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Ça prend tout. Ça, char.
Follow my lead.
Yep, et ils m'ont pas aimé, hein?
I serve the ruinous powers!
Lui, il est seigneur, il est loin. Oh. Run and gun.
Deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
Je vois pas l'autre fuck à l'autre bout du monde, man. Rebelle. Là. Je vais arriver là-bas, je vais pas payer run and gun. Et là, Dead Eye. Je te fous mon calice de marre. Là. Nice. Il y a encore un gunner caché. Ah, c'est pris de tabarnage de calice, man. Lui, toi, t'as aucune utilité, ça va ici. Stop là. Hendrix. Pas là.
Everyone, step aside.
Bon, fais de l'ordre, s'il te plaît. T'as rien qui est pas fil. C'est bon, je vais prendre double buff.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. For Von Valentius!
Hein? No line of sight. Oh. C'est là? Yeah.
A tactically sound approach.
Hein? Je vais aller charger dedans.
I took care of this
Hein?
one.
Do you require an audience?
Oui, oui.
I've never wondered so much before.
Just to see.
Your seneschal is always there for you. A nice little stroll.
Un sniper tout court, oui. MHK.
Nothing matters more.
C'est. J'aurais besoin de lui, ça veut dire.
The sooner we start. Marching on. An expected result.
Ok, plasma pistol. Wow! Quand même pas peu ça. C'est plasma overshot, extra damage. Ah ouais. Ah, ça marchait avec lui, genre, ces deux-là, ils marchaient ensemble. On va monter de level. J'ai des meilleurs covers. The Solidar Demolition instead of intelligence is used to defend the solid damage with ranged attack. For 10 points instead of 5. What? Et lui, c'est Lars Nos. Vas-y, Lars Nos. Ok, ouais, j'aime bien les lasses, moi, ça veut dire. Instant exposure, nope. Job Insight. Insight. Intel. Pas de talent. Divine Shield. Celui-là. C'est un Common Talent. Yep, c'est ça. J'avais pris Psyker, j'allais chercher voir. Je peux pas l'avoir parce que je suis level 20. Ah, ok. Every time to say that I gain one stage of Sanguine Siphon. Intéressant. Par Imperium. Par Imperium. Anyway, je serais pas de popper. Blade Fury serait fucking colon. Lui, je vais aller athlétique. J'aurais plus médical, ouais, je l'ai bien. Then, okay, after the first attack made, every attack. 10 ans. Gain against attack made, but okay. Okay, so what's it? Ouais, je vais aller Carros, je pense. And the area effect of Wolf Im of Furious Rectal. Star Gain. Ouais. War Im or Restart, je pense. All enemy. Oh. Believe, Flame, Emelto, ok. T'as pas Navigator Power, gain 10% armor. Bon, Imperium. Ah, Furious Resistance, c'est celui-là. Une personne ou c'est plusieurs? C'est personnel. L'autre, c'est Warhammer. C'est... Je sais pas, il est où Warhammer. Tiens. Ça va sûrement un autre affaire. Bon, petit break. Eh ben. Celui-là. Inspecteur digital, ouais. Logique. Je sais, voilà, tu avais tu reste te fondre sur internet of the editor. Je sais, autrement, tu all over them.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
C'est. Et là, c'est quand lui va être libre, je vais avancer.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
C'est un motif force. Ah. Je vais utiliser son style.
A crowd of cultists has surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally and forcing woeful cries of pain from his lips. The tech priest's hoarse voice echoes under the ceiling, in the clenched claws of stagnation, in the shackles of iteration zero, under the iron wing. Let the cycle be discontinued. Pasquale's mechadendrites spring into combat mode instantly, and a wrathful rattle comes from his vox. I am registering a severe violation of the purity protocol. The blessed Amarnat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured.
Going to all.
The heretics have taken up positions everywhere, and many more are doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. For now, they are all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest and do not notice you.
Yes, he's Amaranth.
Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued is the blessed Amarnat's motto.
Chat. Get away. Oh, leaf. Oh, he's buried. Oh, too. Well.
The mechadendrite points to the corpses of heretics lying nearby. We can use the blasphemer's clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the hall of heretics. The lightning discharges have charred the cultists' corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Their clothes, covered in the blood of innocents, are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. I shudder with disgust at the mere thought of having to touch clothing adorned with unholy symbols, let alone wear it. This is the first step toward falling, a small compromise with evil that will lead to something greater. Is there truly no other way, rogue traitor? The signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, their coats of arms, even deceitfully worn, all this increases the presence of the ruinous powers near you and draws their corrupting attention to you. Kasia stares in horror at the corrupted clothes and the scattered human ashes. Do not make me.
Personne som känns till det och då är för en medicinat. Det ser vad if it är att se vad bort i men det var bort. To should this robe.
I pray that the Omnissiah gives the blessed Amarnat enough fortitude. Pasquale grimaces as a new wail of pain rends the air. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul.
Let's seize the opportunity. Intriguing.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Embrace true power. Ha!
The altar is adorned with gilded skulls. Threads of metal that used to be electus are fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Some of its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets, but the mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with its operation. I identify this as the safety system control altar. For our diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed, and may its spirit forgive us.
Also altar to overload.
Pasquale offers a short binaric prayer, then enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. The code born out of the tech priest's tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands, heat up the altar's circuit boards, and perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. May we be granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I am registering a general shutdown of the security system.
Operation successful.
The world will bow.
This is supposed to...
A heavy crown of golden neural augmetics rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken from ruthless gun-butt blows. The pale body is covered in blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. I identify this acolyte as a distribution servitor. I am registering upon it traces of sacrilegious violation of the right of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average.
Ceremony.
For the glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep. that it may awaken and serve again. Pasquale gently touches the servitor's crown, deactivating one of its segments. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Another touch, and several lights on the crown go out. Let the command response hub fall silent. Pasquale switches to binaric speech, accompanying his every action with a line from a sacred hymn. It is amazing how the reverent awe in the tech priest's voice can be discerned even through his rattling vox. Suddenly every light on the servitor's crown comes alive.
Hey, reboot!
A shower of sparks bursts from the opmatics on the servitor's brow, and several black, ash-tinted tears run from its empty eye sockets. Ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to the maximum. It will be done.
Lui.
A grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. As he studies your disguise with suspicion, you note that his left eye has 2 conjoined irises while his right eye has 4. I don't know you. Who are you, and why haven't I met you before?
Well, perhaps a master's blinded your eyes to terrify so that you may reveal what is true.
Your reply, imbued with mystical significance, was evidently to the cultist's liking. He smiles haughtily and says, "May our master blind you too, brother." A tech priest's corpse, his throat slit, sits upon a splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motive force paths. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Luminodiacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Luminodiacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit the motive force flows through.
Softness. Sit down upon the throne and recite the litany about to be as we shall be both.
As soon as you lay your hands on the command throne's panels, a painful sting of electricity numbs your senses for an instant. Your fingers cramp and your vision grows dim. Pain is visible in the tech priest's eyes as he looks upon the sacrilege. Forgive us, Omnissiah, for such a gross violation of the right of operation. Repeat the litany after me and activate the command runes I point to. Pasquale's vox starts reciting the sacred words, gloomily and hoarsely. Clinging on to the blazing shreds of your fading consciousness, you repeat the words of the litany after Pasquale and touch the command runes, as the unabating lightning rips through your muscles and makes your bones crackle. I am recording a successful activation of the power units.
Bye. Holy, what the fudge is that, man? Ja, dat is loot. Ciao, ciao. Alright, man. It's also dead.
I tread a path unexplored.
Oh, on a enlevé les. Yep. Manger une injury.
What advice do you seek?
Bad.
This wound will make a fine scar.
I'll remember this.
Please.
Fate beckons me.
On va monter de level again. All regen weapon, delay physical damage, no. J'ai pris la and that's it. Grande mon mouvement à point. Plus de dodge. Parry. Ah. J'ai caractéristique en balistique, ça va être mon titre. Et awareness. Caractéristique toughness. Perfect timing. Brace for impact. Lui, je vais buffer son toughness. Si t'as le toughness, yep. Toughness. J'aurais dû mettre la force, mais bon, d'abord. Ok, toi, je vais aller. Weapon skill. Wheel wearing Evermore, Forge World Character Gain. Oh! Ok, ça lui, Evermore, serait pas. Il deviendrait mieux. Depletor, enemy in close combat, pushing them up to cell. Ah, il peut heal. Ok, je vais prendre ça, ça va le peine. Force. Je vais aller destiner. Melee, Flame, Melt Attack against Demon, non. Shell of Fate. Et je vais aller dans Imperium. Et je vais monter. Et offense, je peux avoir une. Enemy damage, but elevators for désolé. Never attack them again. Ok. Ok, il va aller support officer. Pas pire. Ouais, under ma protection, c'est pas pire. « priest.
In the cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The tech priest's body convulses. Pained, plaintive creaks of binaric prayers come from his vox. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear, as if something twisted and wrong were being added to it. Pasquale studies the tech priest's face carefully. His vox system moans in a tragic vibrato, subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amarnat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto?
Who are you, servant of the amnesia?
The fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of this spark is Abel Hanuman. The tech priest looks over at Pasquale. For a brief moment, his speech becomes clear. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Recadminores? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Pasquale's voice rises to an intimidating howl, but the delirious tech priest does not seem to understand what he is saying.
About the mirage, because of me after.
No, the tech priest's weak voice grows stronger. He came because of himself. Myself? To redeem myself, to correct a mistake, possibly. But how do you? There is a look of gentle condescension in Abel's eyes. Strange, given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. A devastating coughing fit cuts him off, and you hear a clang of tearing metal from inside his chest.
Design.
An intention both bold and honorable, to open new gates for the waters of knowledge and comprehension. A plan written so that the righteous may follow. And trust in the great pattern of revelation and uniform progression toward it. Pasquale's voice is trembling with elation. Those are his words. I have not heard them in so very long.
You can talk us with him out of the air.
A cold premonition breaks the heart. The probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Pasquale is quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood and sacred unguents staining his sleeves. His vox rasps soothingly, do not fear what is to come, brother. We are already here.
Them into the priest.
There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augmetics is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It is amazing how robust this tech priest's life support systems have proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body.
You know him, Pascal.
The subject has not been identified and has no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness.
Right to tear down the dead priest and the machine.
As soon as you touch the tech priest's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says, with sudden clarity, many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive. In the darkness, I heard their prayers. Find them. Save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden. A blast of the motive force runs down the tech priest's body, and his face contorts in a mocking grimace. Malformed binaric code, repulsively jarring on the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived to the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the electro priest's hiding place. Pasquale responds with the dour rhythms of a containment aria. I note with great sorrow that the cultist's ritual has been partially successful. My tech brother has been tainted by corruption. He is in the grip of a schismatical, an unholy imitation of a machine spirit. I request immediate activation of the tech sourcism protocol.
I shall help save him.
The possessed man responds with a burst of repulsive laughter. Every now and then, a word or two of Gothic finds its way into the vineric obscenities pouring out of his vox, in what seem to be the schismatical's tentative forays into a language that is alien to it. His body convulses. His joints twist at unnatural angles with the sound of bursting steel couplings. As the possessed man thrashes about, his internal augmatics emerge gradually through the hanging tatters of his flesh, as though an iron homunculus hidden inside the tech priest were trying to cast off the meat cocoon it no longer needed. Pasquale's mechadendrite extends a thin drilling needle. Sacred unguent glistens on it. A code purification aria is heard as the needle sinks into the possessed tech priest's skull and touches his neural augmatic, forming an electric circuit with it. Extreme strain is visible on his face. Furious litanies pour out of his vox. Result: failure. Requesting assistance.
Après une charge multi-force into the possible limit machine god heal you.
Undaunted, you grab one of the severed cables and press it into the tech priest's body, and a shock of formidable power shakes the possessed man. Machine oil gushes out of his mouth. His vox hisses deafeningly as the flow of the motive force burns the corruption in his sacred iron. The overload destroys some of the circuit boards of his neural augmatic, resets his code, and erases the schismatical from existence. The tech priest's eyes roll up, and he loses consciousness, crushed, yet still alive and no longer in the thrall of corruption. With the utmost care, Pasquale takes his body down from the mechanism and lays it on the floor. His stirring litanies of gratitude to the Omnissiah echo through the hall. Rest, tech brother. We will come back for you when we have done our duty to the miraculous fusion reactor. Lord Captain, the Omnissiah commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. Therefore I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to this servant of the machine god. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion. I can offer to fulfill the duties of an engine seer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you and conduct my own investigation.
Ah, là il vient vraiment là. Nice. Ah, sadly, Belly's dead. Ah non, il est pas dead. Ok. Bon, le passage ici, je sais pas, ça passe-tu ça? Yeah. Ok, pourquoi toi t'es là? Lui, je vais juste aller la rechecker parce que je sais pas si. Persistance of the Forge. Ah, chose one auto skin weapon, ok. Y'a pas l'autre. Non. Non, j'ai pas ramassé l'autre. Ouais. Au moins là, je sais. Bon, au moins là, j'ai un petit heal de 2. Et le cooldown, c'est on spent combat. Ça, je peux l'utiliser une fois.
As far as I am aware, the monastery supplies power to several major hive cities on Rykad. Hidden somewhere in the depths of this building is a reactor of monstrous, unfathomable power.
Ah. Les troupes sont morts ici. Là, je peux faire ce cogitator là. Cette contact secret restoration aim and open the door. Ah. Les entreprises derrière là.
Intriguing.
Parfait.
A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger, but right now, he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electus, show through his oddly bluish tinted skin.
Pourquoi eux dehors ils m'ont attaqué, mais lui et eux m'attaquent pas? Bonne question. Il n'y a pas de voix éteinte.
The man's eye sockets are dark and empty, yet he turns his face straight toward you with no hesitation. He has a sharp, screeching voice not unlike a bird's cawing. May the charge of the Omnissiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful.
Uh-huh.
May the motive force persist in their batteries.
Make the sign of the Aquila, the Emperor protect.
The man responds curtly, as if giving a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The hallowed electrodynamic cenobium receives you, pilgrim. I am Dare Impulse 6, a servant of the motive force and the praetor electroid of this sacred monastery.
Oh. Ok, ils font juste des balles. Ok, ils faisaient... Ok.
Pasquale bossed down humbly before the man. A trill of binaric signals comes from his vox, to which the praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. Pasquale turns to you and says, "The rank of praetor electroid is a sign of high standing within the electro-priest fraternity. To have been granted an audience is a great honor. You have the honor of hosting the rogue traitor of House von Valancius. I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the enemy."
Ben oui, il faut qu'il parle de ça, lui. Ma webcam est correct. J'ai juste été bien placé. Non, c'est ce que j'ai dit.
Worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles, for your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators.
Desecrateur, j'ai tué tous les réticles. Bon. Dans Impulse 6, it was to you, was it not, that Roger Isabel came seeking an interpretation of his deterrence?
Yes. Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that would help clarify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. The esteemed Logis volunteered his help in defending the monastery, but contact with him was lost soon afterward.
The
Omnissiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability, but a single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within. Or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend.
Okay. Je l'ai sauvé, rescued him from the insurgent.
I hope the Omnissiah preserves Tech Brother Abel's life, that he may continue to comprehend the mysteries he has tapped into.
Why are you calling me pilgrim?
Only those lay people who desire to experience the motive force are allowed to cross this monastery's threshold. All others are profaners and criminals. You do not belong to the fraternity of electro-priests, but your intentions are good. If you were not seeking the Omnissiah's wisdom, then it was the motive force itself that brought you here to find it.
Uh-huh. Okay, what about an A? How did you manage to survive?
When the heretics descended in droves upon this cenobium, we gave battle. But the unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defenders' sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my few surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, I had no right to permit them to die in honest combat, for the task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend the skill with which your secret chambers are concealed. You hear a tinge of wounded pride in Heinrich's words, as if he is upset about failing to discover the electro-priest's shelter. Your choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre that the cultists wrought.
Il est pas content, lui, parce que c'est un gars qui fait partie des Inquisiteurs. Dans Warhammer 40 000, les Inquisiteurs, c'est genre High and Mighty. Ils sont quasiment comme la plus gros rôle. Ils peuvent tuer qui qu'ils veulent. Enfin, c'est quoi qu'ils veulent. Ils s'en calissent de c'est quoi le monde ils veulent. S'ils peuvent tuer une planète, ils peuvent dire je génocide la planète, m'en calisse. Puis personne ne veut chose ça. C'est pour ça, lui, son pride, il a comme. Ça, il fait chier parce que. Comme j'ai pas vu ça, puis nous, on était capable de comme, découvrir ça, puis eux, ils ont été capables de bien se cacher. Il est pas content, mais. Il ravale son shit. Pour pas faire de la merde.
The leader of the heretics fought her way into the ark wherein dwells the miraculous fusion reactor. She is trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Rykad Minories may perish in
c'est vrai, ouais.
fire. But my brethren, in their magnetic meditation, are hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands that the blasphemers enter. Reader Electroid nods toward his entranced comrades.
Ok, ça c'est vraiment drôle. Parce que dans ça, c'est comme s'ils savaient pas comment utiliser les machines. L'électronique, ils savaient pas comment les utiliser. C'est comme un art qui a disparu. Celle-là, tu vois des tech prises qui chantent avec leur fucking encens pis tout. C'est comme, what the fuck? C'est quoi ça? C'est tellement weird. C'est comme si c'est bizarre. Ça fait bizarre. Quand pour quelqu'un qui a jamais comme vu des Warhammer, ça fait bizarre. Moi j'en ai vu, mais juste, j'ai pas été comme dans l'intrigue, vraiment. Ça, je sais pas tout. Ah, et juste dire, c'est quoi j'utilise, on entend comme le voice acting, c'est un mode très important pour certains CRPG. Certains RPG classiques, c'est vraiment important. Raison pourquoi. Certains de ces CRPG-là, il n'y a pas de voice acting. Ce que je veux dire par ça, c'est pas tout qui tu vas entendre parler. Certains textes, tu vas obligé de lire toi-même. Te forcer à lire toi-même. Des fois, ça ne tente pas lire. Des fois, tu vas comme être épuisé de lire. Tout. J'ai une petite affaire qui est voice acting, mais c'est AI un peu. C'est ça qui est plate. J'en avais un qui était plus naturel, mais chaque fois que je cliquais, ça plantait. Ça veut dire il était trop instable. Il marchait pas. Je pouvais pas l'utiliser. Ça dit. Plate, mais. Je vais le rechecker pour le fun, là. Pour le fun, genre, le mode que je parle, je vais le montrer, là. Il est pas ici, c'est le mode, hein? Non, il n'y a pas eu d'update présentement, ça a l'air. C'est ça qui est payant. Il est juste expérimental présentement. On sonne. Le non expérimental, je veux dire, qui fonctionne présentement. C'est ça qui est plate. Lui, il a fait un expérimental. Qui utilise des comme neural voice, il utilise comme des vraies voice, c'est ça plus. C'est mieux, mais il est pas updaté. Puis il arrête pas de planter, ça veut dire que je peux pas l'utiliser. Il faudrait qu'il l'update là. C'est plate parce que c'est vraiment utile pour comme. C'est pas tout le monde qui aime ça lire. Beaucoup. Parce que ça, t'as des gros paragraphes, t'as des livres à lire, là. Ça veut dire à un moment donné, à un moment donné, tu vas faire. Tu perds le bout, là. Chose de ça. Moi, c'est ça qui arrive. C'est ça qui arrive avec un autre jeu de All-Cat. C'était Pathfinder, Right of the Righteous. J'ai perdu le fil à un moment donné parce que J'étais querellé et le jeu m'écœurait un peu parce qu'il était mal. Je l'aimais pas. Lui, il est moins. Il y a pas de rôle, rien, ça veut dire que le jeu il marche mieux pour moi. Au moins. Oh.
This holy place will be protected against sacrilegious practices.
I swear. It's a monastery was attacked by people who look at like electro priests.
That is a lamentable mistake. We knew of no help that was on its way, and were not expecting to encounter any allies in the monastery's chambers. But I see that you are alive, and I mourn the senseless deaths of my brethren.
Sorry.
I wonder if you would have so touchingly mourned the Lord Captain's death, or if such sentiments would have only been awoken by the sound of our void ship delivering a punitive strike from orbit.
Oh my god, lui, il est épique. One from you reclaim the monastery.
I cannot allow this. Lay people are forbidden from visiting the monastery, and only a select few are allowed to behold the Ark and the relic within. You and your retinue are pilgrims of a special status bestowed by the Emperor. However, should any soldier unblessed by the Omnissiah cross this monastery's threshold, I will deem them a heretic.
Oh my god, okay, fine. Sorry.
Confirmed. The presence of lay people on monastery grounds without the Praetor Electroid's blessing will be regarded as a sacrilegious violation of the holy rite of operation. Heinrichs opens his mouth for a second to say something, but changes his mind and quietly clears his throat instead.
Yep. C'est mieux que tu dises pas rien. T'allais dire la merde.
Kasha nods thoughtfully. Yes, I see. House Orselio follows the same rules when it comes to outsiders.
You made the right decision when you chose to avoid combat and save yourself.
Thank you, Pilgrim. It was not easy, watching unholy intruders stampede through the chambers of my temple. We all envied our brethren who had fallen before that sacrilege began.
C'est sûr, là, ils ont fait le bon choix, parce que ils voyaient qu'ils allaient être dans la merde, ils ont décidé, on les pas mal, on les un ordre spécial. Il y en a pas beaucoup de nous, ça veut dire on est mieux comme pas tout mourir, ça veut dire ils ont sacrifié un certain nombre de leurs gars puis ils ont rentré dans le tas. Ils ont été cachés. Bon. I wish to get to the holy reactor. Ah, on va aller voir la folle, ça veut dire. Ah, je suis pas dalmatique.
The Ark is hidden from pilgrims' eyes. But considering the extraordinary circumstances of your visit to this monastery, I grant you that right. The hall that leads to the High Reliquary has been barred by the enemy, but I will open a secret path for you. Enter the Ark and experience the motive force, Pilgrim. We will pray to the security systems that they may refrain from punishing you for your intrusion.
Ah, ok. Je peux pas utiliser ça parce que c'est dogmatique. Dogmatique, c'est genre. T'es. Full religion des humains. Dans ça. Moi, je suis plus iconoclaste, ça s'appelle. Iconoclaste, c'est plus comme dans le milieu. Je suis pas hérétique, mais je suis pas full dogmatique. Je suis pas comme full scorch earth, tuer tout le monde. Je suis comme pragmatique, je réfléchis. Et j'ai pas touché hérétical pantoute. J'ai un peu de dogmatique, mais pas tout. This person.
May the charge of the Omnissiah's grace persist in the batteries of the faithful.
On va le montrer ici. Là, ici j'ai 3 dogmatiques, ça c'est rien. Là. Ça, j'ai même pas le premier rang qu'elle a. Lui, je l'ai. Lui, je savais d'arriver là. C'est pas pire. Quand même. Lui, c'est quand même bon. C'est quand même correct. Lui, il est dogmatique, il est notre classe pas mal. Lui, il est peu dogmatique. Lui, il est peu dogmatique aussi parce que c'est un inquisiteur. Elle est califement dogmatique dans le tapis. Mais elle, c'est normal, c'est une Sister of Battle. Ils sont mongols. Elle est dalmatique, mais la petite note là. J'en avais un autre qui était héréditaire parce que c'est un psyker, pis elle est weird. Ils sont tous en train de. Comme lui, il est devant à rien, genre là. Il est même pas devant une machine, il est devant juste un pylône, puis il est en train de le power. C'est ça qui est fucking puissant, là, que je trouve. Ah, ça, c'est weird. Into the bowel of the monastery. Attends, un boss. There we go. Ils veulent faire sauter ce réacteur-là pour éliminer la planète. Aurora.
The face of the woman who stands before you is hidden behind a grotesque barred mask. Yet the voice pouring out beneath it belongs to someone else. It is the husky, somber bass of a void wolf, a border of ships. How predictable your path is. How static. All the possible deaths you have skirted, only to perish in a fiery tempest that will mark the final dawn. The woman turns her mask to Pasquale and gloats. You have arrived just in time, little cog. The schismaticals use your regalia like a mask to subdue the reactor.
Is your regalia like a mask?
Pasquale's vox rasps musingly, a cog. I cannot comprehend why apostates try to insult me by comparing me to the sacred symbol of our faith. It is irrational. His visor lights up like a crimson herald of bloodshed, and his drilling mechadendrite whirs viciously as it readies to strike. The sacred cog grinds all corruption to dust. From the dust, I will build order.
Silence, heretic. Your praise and preaching will not touch my mind.
Do you cling to your blindness so desperately? Do you think it will protect you from the blinding radiance of the truth?
Uh-huh.
The woman's voice breaks and shifts to a different pitch and timbre. A martyr's voice, young, fervent, and in pain. Time has all but run out. I can hear the fist of the future knocking on the door of the present. Choose quickly what you want to be when it walks in, a blind slave to what is gone, a faithful servant of what is to come, or
a corpse.
I would take some time to wrest from you the details of the future that the cult prophesies. Hopefully, when we're done, what's left of you will still be capable of
Il va démonter, Griff.
What you'll be is a living torch blazing for his glory.
Oh, living torch.
Burns with pure hatred and trembles with impatience to make the promise come true. Ah. Cassius squints and looks away. Yellows, reds, violets, oranges, blues, wild colors that scorch the eyes. But where the motley masks end, nothing but a colorless void remains.
Cannot less attack. Enough! I will raid the rich menace of your tyranny.
The woman's voice becomes thin and brittle like that of an innocent child. Execute them in the name of the edge of daybreak.
Ooh.
The electro-priests rip their hands off the command panels, rending their flesh on the stakes that pierced them. As their schismatical controlled bodies are imbued with the motive force's radiance, all the unfortunates can do is scream in horror and plead for a swift death. Aurora begins muttering an unholy litany in broken Gothic.
Oh.
You cannot make out her blasphemous words, but the name the heretic keeps repeating, the edge of daybreak, digs into your hearing like a blade into defenseless flesh. Its sound is almost physically painful. It spawns strange and impossible phantoms in your mind. However, you manage to muster your strength and banish it from your mind.
Badish. Ah. Ok, cultiste. Tabarnak, que du cultiste. Ah, il y a un nez dans l'autopice. Ok, et l'autopice, c'est. Ils vont à peine être tués parce qu'ils sont dangereux. C'est juste des gunners. Y en a-tu qui ont des snipers dans ça? C'est ça. Ok, ils ont juste des laser guns, rien ben mongol. Ok, s'ils ont juste des laser guns, c'est pas dangereux. Ok, ils ont des laser, ils ont pas mal juste des laser guns. Ça veut dire c'est pas dangereux. Dans ça. Ok, moi, c'est sûr. Bon. Whatever site que je me mets, ça va me créer d'affaires, ça va donner. J'ai ce cover là, moi. Lui, je pourrais l'envoyer ici. Mais il n'y a pas de cover, ça veut dire que c'est un petit peu dangereux. Vas-y, je vais le coller ici. On se calme, ici. Trouver, voilà. Là et là. Et Mystère Inquisitor. Oui, c'est plus vous voulez. Ben oui, essaye de l'attaquer, Carlido. Tu vas faire peanut damage, là. Bring life from the dark yet. Ça vaut pas la peine. Il y a un mini AOE, lui, ça veut dire, lui, ça vaut pas la peine de charge. Ça vaut la peine que je le terre. Un mort, parfait. Ok, ça pop juste sur moi, ça vaut pas la peine. Buffé Pascal. Ça serait lui que j'envoyerais. 22. Je sais pas si on va se faire charger. Bon. Elle, l'envoie là. Ça. Ok, elle a perdu lui. Ok. Ça veut dire. Ah, ok, je peux pas la double buff, elle. Ok, ça veut dire que je vais faire ça. Ils vont approcher de lui, je m'en fous. Parce que plus je s'approche de lui, plus je vais être capable de sniper. Yeah. There we go, j'ai ma réponse tout de suite. Ici, je peux fucking faire un cleave tout de suite, ça veut dire que je vais faire reckless. Et faire ça. Hop! Éliminé. Et là. Ah, là, lui, il peut pas avancer, ça veut dire que je vais juste endure. 2. Ok, faut que j'élimine tout. Ouais. Y'a pas cher, je suis pas là d'aller l'attaquer, ça veut dire, ouais. Ça veut dire, faut que tout que je tue. Oh boy, ça va être un petit peu. Ok, rien fait. Allez, ça vaut à peine. Oh my. Yuki! Ok, Vent Range. J'ai comme tiré dans le bord, on dirait. Bon, là, elle, ça va à peine de s'approcher. Pas ça.
I'll do it.
Eat shit and die.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
46 momentum. Et quoi, 6 momentum, ok. Ça fait ça.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Eradicated.
Ok, eux, ils ont de l'armor. Yeah, ça c'est meilleur. Ok, first off, Prevalent Slaughter.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Tape-le. Merci.
I'll do it.
Again. Pourquoi tu misses? Ok, Pascal. Perfect shot. Vaut pas la peine de faire ça. Intimidation. Ça, j'étais prise. Là, je vais faire ça. Pour son damage, il mange la merde. Elle, c'est pas... Ah, ça, elle m'a le pris, là.
How dare you?
Out of my way!
Les forêts, t'attaques ton... Ça me fait terrer quand ils font ça, là. Avance. Ouais.
I'm done with this one. But of course, Lord Captain.
Enter. Non, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Oh, ads. Et là, c'est pas mal clear. Ça vaut à peine.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I'll show you why navigators are feared.
I won't object to it. Your reckoning is due. Naturally. Let's see to
Il est plus.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I won't object.
C'est de tirer pareil.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Ah, oups, ça j'ai peur.
Indeed, one fewer
my man. C'est ça, moi. Ah! Le Chaos Spawn qui a spawné! Et d'où tu sors le Chaos Spawn? Ok, celle-là vient de me faire peur en tabarnache, man. Ok, là, s'il y a un Chaos Spawn là-bas, là. Je run là-bas, là. Tout de suite.
I will triumph.
Tout de suite. Le Chaos Spawn, il est fucking trop important, man.
Death shall reign. I need no guidance. What a
J'ai vu des fucking dudes, là. Rebalance Loader. Entrench.
guides me.
Ça fait pas tant de dégâts, ça, celui-là.
Guided by faith.
Dash là. Et l'autre suite. Bon, Pasquale. Bon. Je l'ai vu avec un Chaos Abomination est là, là. Pasquale, je pense que je vais l'envoyer d'autre bon. C'est ça, t'en messe. Pas le. Et je vais faire un Buffalo. Bon, lui, je l'avancerai pas. C'est dangereux à ce fuck.
The Emperor is on our side.
Ça va à peine. Ça. Je mets Shield of the Emperor, lui. Bon. Ok, à hit, rien ici, ça dit. Elle, faudrait que ça soit genre. Là. Et puis après, ça hit, tout est là. Good. Elle peut juste tirer chez ça, c'est tout. Faire ça.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Ben. Ok. Là, je donne un tour. Ça veut dire que je vais me donner un tour à un moment.
Accustomed to being ordered around.
Bon, ok, je peux le tirer lui. Je peux pas aller plus loin. Ok, lui, je peux le tirer. Oh, ouais. Alors, 38 de hit. Oh boy, ok, ça seigneur, man. Pas lui, Zen. There you go.
I will triumph. Death
There we
shall
go.
reign.
Ok. Ok, c'est vrai, j'ai utilisé mon sniper. Le sniper, c'est plus no cover. Lui, c'est cover. Ben. Checker spawn time. Reckless. Goodbye. Ender. Je sais qu'il peut pas bouger. Ah, mon tour, parfait. Ok, lui il est pas dans le cover, ça veut dire riche, ok. Lui c'est quoi cette attaque-là? « 9-12. Ok, lui est meilleur. Je peux faire run and gun. Pas plus ça. Oh boy. Pas plus faire un story. Root et entrench. Tout est dead, sit. Elle va avancer là. Elle hit Fudge. On pense que... Non. Donc il est dans le cover, ça veut dire que je vais faire perfect shot. Capable de le hit au moins. Yep. Capable de le hit. Good. Là, on va passer celle-là. Ah. Toi, il va direct qu'elle est là dans le cover. Là. Pas tout ça. Charge direct dessus, toi. Là, je vais dire. Es-tu buffé par toi-même? Non? Sauve-toi. Là. 1-2. Look, you do not die. Voice. Ça, parfait. Et là. Retourne-toi un tour pour moi t'attaques une fois. There we go. C'est 100% worth it. Parfait. C'était très worth it. C'est quoi je viens juste de faire tout. Ah. Lui, ici. Toi. No pat of. Ok. Là. Là. No pat. No sweetable. What the fuck? Ah, ça veut dire qu'il peut pas courir là. Ok. Ok, fine, then. Ça veut dire. And boom. Exchange. Le shotgun est rendu là, c'est bon. Ender. Ils vont commencer à attaquer eux. Ender. Il est rendu Brace Fine Pack. Non. Non. Pas besoin de Brace Fine Pack. Il est correct. Ender, ça va en masse. Là, moi, je suis ici. 12. Mon armure est à 25. Lui, 15%. Quand même pas mal de dodge. Lui, c'est 15%. Mais lui, il a quand même pas mal de dodge, ça veut dire. Yeah. Il est mieux prendre ça. Ou Deadshot, carrément. Dark Prayer. Oh, ok, lui, on va faire de la merde. C'est eux qui font des Dark Prayer, là, sont à tuer. Sacré. Elle est pas capable de le voir. Je réponds. Vas-y là, mets-toi le cover là, puis fais shot. Attaquer lui ou pas attaquer lui. J'ai pas hit. Shit. J'ai rien de dégâts. C'est décidé. Bon, ben merci de l'attaquer lui, hein. Ça c'est passé. Bon, lui, il a l'air d'être à veille de crever, ça veut dire si je fais Reckless Source. Ça devrait quasiment le tuer. Quasiment. Oh boy, il va se faire attaquer. On peut pas. Ah, il a pas attaqué. Bon. Well. Bon. Le toit est. Midi. Midi, parce qu'il était d'être mort. Ça. Oh, il a pari! Bof. Toi. C'est un mot ça, s'il te plaît? Oh my god. Drop ça. Tiens! Là-dessus. Hein, on approche de plus en plus. Bon, dead, parfait, clean. Yes, we can.
What a satisfying demise.
Hein?
The ruin beckons.
Ça vaut pas la peine de faire un. Bon. Elle. Moi, elle est là. Ah, il a pas bougé? Non, ça c'était une erreur. Lui, il est tellement buffé, là, ça n'a pas d'allure. Ça sert à rien. Je vais faire un dur. Pas d'avoir shit, c'est quoi qui décide d'attaquer, là.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Oh. Et toi, t'es là. Tout stuff est là. C'est un peu sur toi. On va sur lui. Il est avec moi maintenant. Renégon.
One step closer. Accept my offering. I will triumph. Death shall
Die.
reign.
Ok, entrench, sit. Ouais, ok. Et le Renégon suite. Je me mets là. Je vais attaquer lui, je vais attaquer lui. Comment tu peux manquer? Et lui, il a pas de manger de dégâts. Non, pas squall. Voilà, tiens. Binary jam. Je vais faire là. Oh, ok, ça vaut à peine ça. Ça, c'est media tank, yep. Boom! Hahaha, what's it? C'était what's it? Attack toi, hein? Well. That's right. He did.
Enough. Now an aged, rattling voice speaks to you from behind the blood-stained mask. You are powerless to halt the approach of what is to come. I see a crimson trail leading humanity to its doom. I see the glow of the final dawn.
A jour of storm, such a chose de sea.
A dagger flashes in Aurora's hand. She drives it into the control panel with all her strength. Now you will see it too.
Oh boy.
A blinding voltaic arc bursts forth from the broken control panel and strikes at Aurora's uncanny mask. Its metal heats up. Smoke billows through the bars. With a howl, the cultist collapses. The light is gone. Was that it? The final dawn? But why was it so different from what our teacher promised? Aurora shakes her head blindly. Her voice is now the voice of an ordinary middle-aged woman, frightened and in pain. You will pay for this. You will. You. The woman's body goes limp and collapses to the floor. Her iron mask hits the ground with a dull thud. Pasquale examines the corpse with contempt, then concludes dryly, confirming purgation and termination.
Henry's grimace and dust arrêté tout, etc. with pity.
The motley hues have rejected her, leaving only a grayish-green thread, the noose that the heretic put around her own neck. I have seen this many times before. No one can escape fear itself.
It was a minute, please. I need no more than a minute. Inspector control panel damaged by error.
The cogitator is probably well beyond repair, but your attention is drawn away from the sacred machine and toward the dagger sticking out of the control panel. On closer inspection, it turns out to be the lavishly decorated handguard of a sword whose blade has been pried out. Its pommel is decorated with a strange adornment resembling an eye covered by a scaled lid. What remains of the blade has a blue sheen to it, the same tint as Coonrad's weapon on your void ship. This is no human-made object. It was grown from wraith bone, a material favored by the Ildari.
Ildari is present to the craft for Ildari. C'est qui des Ildari? Et on a des into différentes façons and split away into distant parts of the galaxy, even through the small and number. Oh, Eldari, c'est les elfes, je me trompe pas. Right? Les Drukhari, c'est genre. Ah, ok, c'est les Dark Eldar. Ok. Eldari, c'est genre les Eldar. Et eux, c'est les Dark Eldar. Ok. Ça, c'est les Dark Elf. Les F normal. Good.
As you lean over the shard, you suddenly hear a multitude of voices. They blend together and individual words are distorted, as though they are mocking your attempts to grasp their meaning. The nagging whisper is like the burning red scratch of an unholy claw upon your mind.
Toss the shard into the depth of the reactor.
As you touch the handguard, an otherworldly cold envelopes your hand, only for a mere instant, as in the very next second, you send the corrupted weapon flying into the shining abyss. The terrible wail of several dozen voices pierces your mind for a moment, only to turn into a deafening shriek and break off as a clap of electricity is heard somewhere beneath your feet. What was that? Heinrichs appears behind you. Did you think it a good idea to throw something into the reactor? I'd refrain from such experiments if I were you. Rogue traitor, on behalf of the Holy Ordos, I thank you for your cooperation and release you from requisition. From this moment on, I am at your service. I am ready to come aboard your ship and head for Footfall as soon as you deem it possible. That is, if you do not have other business in this system, in which case I am prepared to assist you in its prompt resolution.
Move Aurora, my ass.
The iron helmet is firmly attached to the heretic's flesh. Her face is impossible to make out in the darkness behind the bars of her mask, but after peering at it for a little longer than necessary, you wonder if, for a moment, you saw something move.
Let us finish cleansing the monastery.
Executing. Let the Omnissiah given motive force flow and all obstacles in its path be eradicated.
Tu vas mourir. Ok, elle a un Blasphemous Prips. Un Gem of Dark Vitality. What the fuck? All attack opportunity deal additional agility. What the fuck is that, man? C'est bon pour lui quand même. C'est lui, j'ai lui, mais. Là, j'ai trouvé meilleur. Je vais les mettre sur lui, tiens. Ah, tout l'air, là. Lui, je sais pas si je vais l'utiliser. Il y en a des spéciales, ceux-là, lui aussi. Ah, cette sourde-là est vraiment bonne. C'est primitive, là. Je remplacerais elle. Genre, je prendrais le trou carré pour lui. Carrément. Ça serait fucking worth it. Qu'il y ait un trou carré à la place. Pas remplacer sa chain, mais plus remplacer sa Venom, puis ça serait pas pire. Monter level. Oh. 14, ça veut dire que j'ai Available Special Ability. J'ai pris Firearm. J'ai pris. Tu sais, un of. Ça gain 4 MP intérêt d'une span MP. C'est déjà ça. Tu sais, un of to, ça increase pas 30%. Celui-là. Bon, lui, il est fini. Le prochain level, ça va être lui. Ah, lui, il faut que j'aurais dû checker pour aller Drukhari. Ok, j'ai lui ici. Lui, c'est voir. J'ai lui. All enemy and cell. Ok, elle a plus d'AOE, ça c'est pas pire. Elle c'est sûr j'avais monté. Gain more bonus. Attacking ability cost -1. Ok. Je vais prendre lui. C'est d'aller looter. Des robotiques. Vaut pas. Oh. Ça vaut pas la peine lui. Ça vaut pas la peine de regarder parce que je sais c'est quoi. Et là, je peux regarder ici. Ça veut dire les soirs, je vais add Vergo. Les add Vergo. Ah, c'est tout cleané, là. Yep.
I tread a path unexplored.
To Savior.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Ça va d'aller dehors. Hein? On essaie de jouer dans le cœur du jeu.